So previous watchers of my channel might know that I'm a big fan of the original X-Men movies. I just love Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as Professor X and Magneto. So when Hasbro came out with that they were gonna do these anniversary sets, I was completely ecstatic. Like, I like Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, but to me, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are just too perfect because, you know, they're BFFs in real life and they're two incredibly talented actors, probably some of the best actors of all time. So when the Ian McKellen head was revealed, I thought it was good, but I also thought there was something off about it, so I'm going to try to repaint it and we're going to see how it turns out. First off, I'm just going to shade all his wrinkles with some Reichland Flesh Shade to make them pop a bit more, because Ian McKellen has some pretty distinct wrinkles, especially the bags under his eyes. And here I'm doing some shading on the eyes. I think originally the eyes popped a bit too much and I wanted it to be a more subtle look. Basically, it's just I go in with some very minor black, and then I scrape off the excess with a toothpick. Now we keep doing some subtle shading with the Reichland Flesh Shade. Reichland Flesh Shade is good because it really gives some much needed warmth to, you know, the plastic. Second, Hasbro gave Ian McKellen here some very thick, caterpillary grey worms as his eyebrows, and Ian McKellen in reference pics actually has... They have like a weird curve where they start really, really thin and then they sort of go up into like a triangle. And basically here I'm just trying to mimic that. I go in with some Cadian flesh tone mixed with white to remove some of the paint, but eventually I will go and just erase them completely with a magic eraser. Like around here, when I fixed the eyebrows and really made those wrinkles pop, I can definitely see a much stronger Ian McKellen likeness. I also feel like a lot of it is in the eyes. So here you can see the eyebrows are noticeably thinner, and it's because I've gone in with a magic eraser and just like scrubbed it until the factory paint came off. So I pretty much redo the eyebrows from scratch. As you may notice, I don't draw like big sweeping lines with the eyebrows. I do like very small brush strokes to make them look a bit more wild and natural. So here comes the hair part. Everything is cast in a just light grey plastic, and I wanted to bring out some detail, so I'm shading everything with some Nuln oil. I'm being quite messy with it, but it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna clean it up afterwards. So there we go, and now I'm gonna dry brush it with a light grey. As you can see, the shade paint stays in the grooves, and overall I'm just neatening up the hair now. And now I'm dry brushing a second layer, this time of Arctic White. This makes the hair really pop. Giving the mouth some gloss with some Games Workshop hard coat. I didn't give the eyes a gloss because I really wanted them to stay subtle, but you can see in these comparison pics that I think the likeness is brought out nicely.
So I decided to do some experimenting. I honestly never really liked the helmet in the original X-Men Fox movies, and you know, this one, I mean, it looks alright for what it's supposed to be, but I don't know. I just wanted to see what the Days of Future Past helmet would look like on the Ian McKellen head, so unfortunately, it's too small. It looks like one of those weird flight suit caps, and yeah, it looks awful. So here's the Michael Fassbender head, and if you're curious what that looks like, it doesn't actually look all that bad. But yeah, I also took this head and I pried off the helmet from this one to see what that looks like, and it's terrible because it doesn't fit. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm probably just going to glue this back on. But I mean, it was worth a shot, and unfortunately there's like a little indentation here. I don't really know what it is, but it bothers me, but I can't fix it, so screw it.
I lied, I fixed it by repainting the whole thing. Anyway, after reheating the helmet and taking it off, the sides of the helmet didn't really stick as hard to the cheeks as they used to, so this looks really good, and then I decided to just repaint the face like I did with the unhelmeted head.
In chess, the pawns go first.
So here is compared to the old Toy Biz Magneto, and at first I used to think this head sculpt was really, really good, but I think Hasbro beats them.
We love what you've done with your hair.
All those years wasted fighting each other, Charles. To have a precious few of them back.
I will bring you home, old friend. Don't get in my way.